Well, hello there, and welcome to my stream. Today, we are going to be working on Try Hack Me SOC Level 1. And my CPU, which has integrated graphics on it, is running like around 50%. So hopefully this stream doesn't crash halfway through or something like that. Alright, I'm not a streamer, I'm not a professional streamer, I'm not good at any of all that stuff, but I decided best way to try to get a job in the cybersecurity field is to put myself out there, and this is one of the methods that I thought would work. So hopefully this could land me a job somewhere, who knows. But while I put myself out there, of course I'm gonna be learning new cybersecurity techniques, skills, and procedures. And Try Hack Me is like one of the best websites you could go on. The other one is Hack the Box, but I feel like that one's a bit more intermediate to advanced. Try Hack Me is more of a beginner friendly, amateur friendly type of website to learn cybersecurity skills. Alright, well, let's get started. Alright, SOC Level 1. In the Junior Security Analyst role, you will be a triage specialist. You will spend a significant portion of your time triaging or monitoring the event logs and alerts. Okay, so most of our time will be triaging and monitoring the event logs and alerts. Responsibilities of a junior security analyst or tier 1 SOC analyst include the following: monitor and investigate alerts. Most of the time it's 24/7 SOC operations environment. SOC stands for Security Operations Center, and that's where they monitor and investigate the alerts. Configure and manage security tools, develop and implement IDS signatures. Okay, that's, I think, like, this is my first time hearing of this. Develop and implement IDS signatures. I do not know what IDS stands for. Escalate the security incident to tier 2 and team lead if needed. Prerequisites. You need a basic understanding of fundamental computing principles and a broad understanding of the different areas of cybersecurity to complete this pathway. If you do not already have these prerequisites, complete the pre-security pathway and enter the cybersecurity pathway. I want to say that I have enough knowledge, because I am a cybersecurity student, that I'm gonna go ahead and skip the pre-security pathway and intro the cybersecurity pathway and just jump right into the SOC Level 1, and we'll see if I need to go back and hit the books, or just go back to these prerequisites that they have here listed for us. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with this guy right here, Cyber Defense Frameworks. We are going to discover frameworks and policies that help establish a good security posture. Learn how organizations use these in defensive strategies. And right off the bat, I could see that they spelled organizations with an S. And I believe Europe, or like Britain, uses the S to in their organizations, because here in the United States, the best country in the world, we use Z, organizations. So just pointing that out. Okay. Junior Security Analyst intro is going to take us around 15 minutes. Play through a day in the life of a junior security analyst, the responsibilities and qualifications needed to land a role as an analyst. Okay, so we have a knowledge base and we can ask the community. And I was actually in this room and I just reset my progress so I could go ahead and use this room as content for the stream. So hopefully I'll have an easy time running through this one. Anyway, in the junior security analyst role, he will be a triage specialist. He will spend a lot of time triaging or monitoring the event logs and alerts. The responsibilities for a junior security analyst or tier 1 SOC analyst include monitor and investigate the alerts, configure and manage the security tools, Develop and implement basic intrusion detection system signatures. Okay, so what is a intrusion detection system? An intrusion detection system is a device or software application that monitors the network for malicious activity or policy violations. Any malicious activity or violation is typically reported or collected centrally using a security information and event management system. Oh, interesting. My professor would be very sad that I was not able to and I forgot what IDS stands for. And there's also there's that intrusion detection system, and there's a different IDS and something else. Oh, is it IPS? Intrusion prevention system. I think that's what I'm talking about here. All right. Well, let's go back to TryHackMe. Participate in SOC working groups, meetings, create tickets, and escalate the security incident to tier 2 and team lead if needed. Required qualifications, most common. And I believe this is to land a job in tier 1. Okay, so you need 0 to 2 years of experience with security operations, basic understandings of networking, OSI model, open system interconnection model, or TCP/IP model, transmission control protocol, internet protocol model, operating systems, Windows, Linux, web applications. To further learn about OSI and TCP/IP models, please refer to the introductory networking room. Scripting programming skills are a plus. Desired certification, CompTIA Security Plus. Cool. As you progress and advance your skills as a junior security analyst, you'll eventually move up to tier 2 and tier 3. An overview of the Security Operations Center SOC 3-tier model. All right, so let's kind of break down this information that they gave us. So 0 to 2 years of experience with security operations. I have around the student experience count as work experience. I feel like it does. In that case, I've been in school for 2 years, so I would have 2 years of experience. Maybe I have like a couple months of experience, not up to like a year. Okay, this is what they teach at school: OSI model, TCP/IP model, operating systems, web applications. We kind of go through it. I feel like that's more of an ethical hacking type of material stuff. And obviously networking and desired certification, the Security Plus. I feel like maybe also add the Network Plus, or just have experience in networking, because it's they do have this big bullet point of a required qualification, or most common qualification. Okay, so we have a junior security analyst tier 1 triage. So you monitor the network traffic logs and events, you work on the tickets, close the alerts, perform basic investigations and mitigations. Following that is tier 2. You're an incident responder. You focus on deeper investigations, analysis, and remediation. You proactively hunt for adversaries. You monitor and resolve more complex alerts. Cool. So tier 3 is a threat hunter. You work on more advanced investigations, perform advanced threat hunting and adversary research, malware reversing. Okay, this part, I think tier 3 is something, it sounds cool. Okay, let's see. First question. What will be your role as a junior security analyst? I'm not sure. As a junior security analyst? Okay, so it's 2 words. Tier 1 triage. Okay, so the responsibilities for a junior analyst or tier 1 SOC analyst include, okay, so you will be a triage specialist. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay. Security Operations Center. So what exactly is a SOC? The core function of a SOC, Security Operations Center, is to investigate, monitor, prevent, and respond to threats in the cyber realm 24/7 or around the clock. Per McAfee's definition of SOC, security operation teams are charged with monitoring and protecting many assets, such as intellectual property, personal data, business system, and brand integrity, as the implementation components of an organization's overall cybersecurity framework. Security operations teams act as a central point of collaboration and coordinated efforts to monitor, assess, and defend against cyber attacks. The number of people working in the SOC can vary depending on the organization's size. So what's included in the responsibilities of the SOC? Ticketing, log collection, knowledge base, research and development, aggregation and correlation, threat intelligence, SIAM, security information and event management, and we have reporting. Security operations, I just want to go back to the SOC just so I could have it in my head. The definition of SOC, security operations teams that are charged with monitoring and protecting many assets, such as intellectual property, personal data, business systems, and brand integrity. So what does that mean? Okay, so we have many assets to monitor and protect, such as intellectual property. Intellectual property, and it sometimes could refer to this company's source code, like Google. Google has their source code that makes everything possible for them. I'm not a programmer, so I just know what source code means. It's proprietary, but maybe someone who hacked or is attacking Google, and they get their hands on the source code, then the attacker would be able to make their own version of Google and compete with Google, and that's not something that companies want attackers to get their hands on. It's proprietary and it brings them a lot of money. Okay, so personal data. Personal data can include medical records, medical data, your social security numbers, driver's license information, your address, your email, your phone number, emergency contacts, whatever. And if companies aren't keeping up their security and securing your personal data, then an attacker could go in there and steal that data. They could, with that data that they stole, they could do identity theft. They could do signing up for credit cards. A while back, there was this company called was it RockU? My headphones died. I wasn't listening to anything, so that's why it turned off. It's not dead. Anyway, yeah, there was this a big case back long ago, like maybe a decade. Very famous, this attack. It's called the RockU breach. And I forgot what company it was, but okay, so it was a company. RockU was a company that developed widgets for MySpace, and RockU wasn't very good at keeping their information secure. And so one day, someone attacked RockU, and then RockU was very big at the time. And when RockU was attacked, the attackers were able to steal the passwords, and I forgot how much, but it was a lot. And the reason why they were able to steal these passwords so easily and put it online in plain text was because RockU was saving these passwords in plain text. They didn't encrypt it. They didn't use hashes. They didn't use like MD5 or SHA-1 or whatever. They just kept it in plain text, and all these passwords got stolen. And now hackers can actually use that RockU for password cracking, because people don't really change their passwords, and so when you have these common password lists, then it's just easy to use. And I believe like the top 10 were like QWERTY, like KWERTY. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, these are the passwords here: 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Password: I love you, princess, rock you, Nicole, Daniel. And it's crazy because I've used this text to crack passwords for competitions, and it's not that hard to get your hands on that. Okay, so back to Try Hack Me. Preparation and prevention. As a junior security analyst, you should stay informed of the current cybersecurity threats. Twitter and Feedly can be great resources to keep up with the news related to cybersecurity. It's crucial to detect and hunt threats, work on security roadmap to protect the organization, and be ready for the worst case scenario. Prevention methods include gathering intelligence data on the latest threats, threat actors, and their TTPs, which stands for tactics, techniques, and procedures. It also includes the maintenance procedures like updating the firewall signatures, patching the vulnerabilities in the existing systems, blocklisting and safe listing applications, email addresses, and IPs. To better understand the TTPs, you should look into one of the CISA's alerts on APT40, Chinese Advanced Threat Persistent Threat. And just adding on to this, usually when you have an advanced persistent threat on a system, it's because they want to be in there. Like their tactics would be well, let's look a little bit deeper into this. Tactics and techniques and procedures are the patterns of activities or methods associated with a specific threat actor or group of threat actors. Cool. Analysis of TTPs aids in counterintelligence and security operations by describing how threat actors perform attacks. Okay, so TTPs describe how threat actors perform their attacks. And you can also, because it's uncommon to see maybe like a Russia hack or a Chinese hack, that when you see their attacks, you could see their code. Well, if you reverse engineer it, if you study it, you can maybe associate like the code that they used, the malware that they used, with different attack earlier before. And you're like, okay, well, this attack that happened 2 years ago has the same code, did the same thing, it is exactly, or looks like the code, looks like the malware that was used quite recently on this other hack. So when you analyze these tactics, techniques, and procedures, you can sometimes know who it could be sometimes, basically. Okay, let's see. Top threats facing an organization should be given priority for TTP maturation. Cool. Tactics, tools. I want to know more about the tactics. Okay, well, I should study up on that and I'll get back to you guys. Where was I? A SOC monitoring and investigation. A SOC team proactively uses SIEM, security information and event management, and EDR, endpoint detection and responses. So like I said, SIEM, an example of SIEM would be Splunk. And Splunk collects a lot of logs, and you'll be able to see any alerts on the logs. It's a lot to read. So when I first used Splunk, I was very confused. I was like, how do I navigate this database? And I eventually kind of got the hang of it. Try Hack Me does have a room where you get to practice with Splunk. And EDR, endpoint detection and response. These tools are mostly used on these tools are mostly like firewalls. And firewalls check your ports, check protocols that come in and out of the network. And if they see anything suspicious, they'll flag it. And sometimes attackers who are able to bypass the monitors, the firewalls, they do so by this, disguising the data that they're, trafficking out of the system through a different protocol. Okay, so imagine being a firefighter and having a multi-alarm fire. 1 alarm fires, 2 alarm fires, 3 alarm fires. The categories classify the seriousness of the fire, which is a threat in our case. As a security analyst, you will learn how to prioritize the alerts based on their level: low, medium, high, and critical. Of course, it is an easy guess that you will need to start from the highest level, critical, and work towards the bottom, low-level alert. Having properly configured security monitoring tools in place will give you the best chance to mitigate the threat. Cool. Junior security analysts play a crucial role in the investigation procedure. They perform triaging on the ongoing alerts by exploring and understanding how a certain attack works and preventing bad things from happening if they can. During the investigation, it is important to raise the question: how, when, and why. Security analysts find the answers by drilling down on the data logs and alerts in combination with using open source tools, which we will have a chance to explore later in this path. Response. After the investigation, the SOC team coordinates and takes action on the compromised host, which involves isolating the host from the network, terminating the malicious process, deleting files, and more. So when a SOC team finds the malware, they try to find which computer that was compromised, and then they'll try to isolate that computer from the network, so that the malware doesn't spread. And then they'll try to terminate the malicious process, delete the files that were corrupted, or maybe the file was the one that was spreading the malware, and more. Okay, so we have preparation and prevention, monitoring and investigation, and response. Cool. Okay. We have a couple more questions here. We have 3, and it's pretty short. Okay. A day in the life of a junior associate security analyst. To understand the job responsibilities for a junior associate security analyst, let us first show you what a day in the life of the junior security analyst looks like and why this is an exciting career journey. To be in the front line is not always easy. It can be very challenging, as you will be working with various log sources from different tools that we'll walk you through in this path. Talking on first-hand experience, yes, it is challenging. It's not easy working with various log sources from different tools. But once you get the hang of it and you put in the work, it's pretty easy. Well, it's not easy, but you have a better understanding and you'll have an easier time using those tools. You will get a chance to monitor the network traffic, including IPS, Intrusion Prevention System, and IDS, Intrusion Detection System alerts. Suspicious emails, be like phishing emails. Extract the forensic data to analyze and detect the potential attacks. Use open source intelligence to help you make the appropriate decisions on the alerts. One of the most exciting and rewarding things is when you are finished working on an incident and have managed to remediate the threat. Incident response might take hours, days, or weeks. It all depends on the scale of the attack. Did the attacker manage to exfiltrate the data? How much data did the attacker manage to exfiltrate? Did the attacker attempt to pivot into other hosts? There are many questions to ask and a lot of detection, containment, and remediation to do. We will walk you through the fundamental knowledge that every junior associate security analyst needs to know to become a successful network defender. The first thing almost every junior associate security analyst does on the shift is to look at the tickets to see if any alerts got generated. Cool. Alright, so these are the right questions to ask up here. If there was an attacker on a system, were they able to exfiltrate any of the data? And if they did exfiltrate data, what type of data? What were they looking for? And how much did they exfiltrate? Did the attacker tend to pivot into other hosts? Did they try to elevate their privileges so that they could have more access? More privileged access into the other systems. So maybe you're working a help desk. You have access to, you know, I don't know. I never worked help desk. Okay, let's say I as a student, because that's my experience. I'm at my computer at the library lab at my school, and on my computer, I can't really play around with the settings. I can't access certain websites. I can't look into other people's computers. So if I get attacked and my computer gets infiltrated, then the attacker sees that there's not much that they could do here. There's not many files on the computer lab. They can't access certain websites. They can't access certain tools. They can't see what other people are doing on other computers. So from there, they'll try to elevate their privileges by going to a different computer, maybe this time help desk, which has more tools available to them, and they will be able to see like what other people are doing on maybe like the network on the internet. And so that's how pivoting into other hosts works. All right, so are you ready to immerse yourself into the role of a junior security analyst for a little bit? Now that's a tough question. Am I ready? I don't know. But I am. Okay. The first thing almost every junior associate security analyst does on the shift is to look at the tickets to see if any alerts got generated. Click on the green view side button in this task to open the static site lab and navigate to the security monitoring tool on the right panel to try to identify the suspicious activity. Okay. Skadoosh. What is the malicious IP address in the alerts? Okay, so here we have our security monitoring tool on the right, and we're going to look for suspicious activity. And in this case, we're looking for a malicious IP address in the alerts. All right. So inspect the alerts in your SIAM dashboard. Find the malicious IP address from the alerts. Okay. Make note of it, and then click on the alert to proceed. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all seem to have taken place in the same day from 2:30 to 5:30. Okay, so we have at 2:30 we have a logon failure. A specified account. Oh, I have to go move my car before a street sweeping passes through. So I probably have to finish this lab and then head out and call it a early stream. Let's get back into this. Logon failure. Specified account password has expired. Okay. Multiple failed login attempts from John Doe. Okay. 2:30, 2:43, 2:43. The user John Doe logged in successfully. Unauthorized connection attempt detected from IP address 221.181.185.159 to port 22. And for port 22, I believe is a file transfer protocol. Oh, it's SSH. Oof, got that wrong. Okay, so yeah, successful SSH authentication attempt to port 22 from IP address 221.181.185.159. Yeah, so 221.81.185.159. Hopefully that's right. Because if not, oh, cool. So yeah, we got that part right. To whom did you escalate the event associated with the malicious IP address? Okay, so let's enter the IP address because there are tools online, websites where you can check who the IP belongs to, which is kind of scary. Okay. Okay, so this IP was found in our database. The confidence of this IP being malicious is 100%. Oof. The internet service provider is a China Mobile Communications Corporation. The domain name is China Mobile. Country China. City Zhenjiang. Jiangsu. Did I say that right? Dude, if I said that right, I'm gonna go fly to China right now. There are many open source databases out there like Abuse ID, IPDB, Cisco Talos Intelligence, where you can perform a reputation and location check for the IP address. Most security analysts use these tools to aid them with alert investigations. You can also make the internet safer by reporting the malicious IPs, for example, on Abuse IPDB. Now that we know the IP address is malicious, we need to escalate it to a staff member. Okay, so to whom did you escalate the event associated with the malicious IP address? Well, we shouldn't worry too much if it was a failed authentication attempt. You probably noticed the successful authentication attempt from the malicious IP. Remember, the first one was the unauthorized connection attempt from this Chinese mobile provider, and then they were able to actually get SSH, secure shell authentication, which is not good. We shouldn't worry too much. Okay, whatever. Let's declare a small incident event and escalate it. There are some great staff working at the company, but you wouldn't want it to escalate this to the wrong person who was not in charge of your team or department. Choose to whom you would escalate this event. Okay, so we have Dominic Nash, who's a sales executive. I don't think Dominic knows anything about, IPs. Well, maybe I'm judging Dominic too much. I'm sorry, Dominic. Nadia Watson, security consultant. Well, they're not part of the SOC team because they're a consultant, so that means they're a third party. Carolyn Stone, information security architect. So they're in charge of designing information security. And then we have SOC team lead Will, and I believe it should be Will. If I get that wrong, I'm gonna be pretty upset. And we got that part right. Wait. And this prompt to insert your answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Wait, what? 1, 2. Okay, I thought it was 5. And you kind of get the answer right when you look to see how many characters that you need to write in there. Okay, you got the permission to block the malicious IP address, and now you can proceed and implement the block rule. Block the malicious IP address on their firewall and find out what message they left you. Okay, so let's block the IP address. And that IP address was 22.1.181.185.159. You blocked our malicious IP address. Try hack me until we meet again, which is the flag that they want us to submit down here. Skadoosh, you completed the room. Share this with your friends. Okay, well, I think I'm probably gonna have to call it here. I might come back and continue the stream, or I might not. I have to go move my car. But before I leave, I want to show off this cool thing I got at the grocery store the other day. Ta-da! Isn't this sick? And I got trunks in the back. It's awesome. I'm not gonna eat it. I actually had I believe Travis Scott also had his Reese's Puffs collab, and I think I collected that one too. And then I was like, why is it there? Why is it in my room? Just taking space. And so I decided to eat the cereal. But this one, I think I'm gonna just keep it and collect it. It's pretty sick. The other box that they had was Goku in the back. And I was like, there's Goku in the front already. I don't want Goku in the back side of the cereal. I want someone else. And luckily I got Trunks. Janet.